Hey, everybody. It's Kristin.
And Jenny.
And we're here to tell you that nobody, and we mean nobody, messes with our boyfriends.
That's canonically true.
We're going on tour. What are we doing, Jenny? Where are we going?
The Nobody Messes With My Boyfriend tour is stopping in New York on October 18th, Philadelphia on October 19th, and Burlington, Vermont for the first time ever on October 29th. We are doing live tapings of, in order, What's My Line Part 1, What's My Line Part 2, and Ted.
Everyone's favorite episode, Ted. I'm so excited to talk about Ted in front of a live audience. I cannot even begin to express it.
It's going to be great.
You can find out all of the information you need to know at bufferingcast.com/live or check out our calendar where our events always live. Tickets go on sale for our patrons only tomorrow, Thursday, August 28th.
And then on sale to the general public Friday, August 29th. So come on out, join us for some live tapings that will be a hoot and possibly a nanny. And, we'd love to see you try to mess with our boyfriends.
Bufferingcast.com/live.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
How do you top your love for your cat? With a cascade of decadent savory gravy over a mouth-watering mousse pâté. Fancy Feast gems. 2 gourmet pâtés in one convenient pack. Simply peel and plate to reveal a pyramid shape that makes eating delightful and pamper her with an experience as extraordinary as she is. Turn the everyday into the extraordinary with Fancy Feast gems.
Welcome back to another thrilling installment of Buffering the Vampire Slayer, once more with spoilers, semicolon, Watcher's Diary, Season 2, Episode 6, Halloween.
Oh my God. A little behind the scene. The Watcher's Diary is almost all behind the scenes, but we have adults that sometimes talk to us about what we're doing in the world of podcasting. And they're like, so your title, you might not need to write once more with spoilers and also this and also that. Jenny and I are very specific. We like to really let you know where you are.
Okay, let me take
SEO be damned. Who cares if you can find our podcast as long as we've said what we need to say? You know what I mean?
I was just scampering about my office, desperately looking for my copy of Autobiography of Red by Anne Carson so that I could read aloud the section about adjectives, how they fasten every noun into its place in particularity. And that is also how our naming convention for episodes works in our minds. In reality, it's probably confusing and unnecessary, but here we are.
Just to make sure that this is as gay as possible, up at the top, Autobiography of Red is the book that Jenny Schechter was reading in the L Word, right?
No, it's actually when a publisher flies across the country and tracks her down at her grocery store bagging job. They're like,
is that Sandra
I read
Bernhard?
your
No.
Maybe?
Is that Sandra
I don't remember.
Okay.
She's like, I read your manuscript. Not since Autobiography of Red have I experienced a ... And let me say for our uninitiated listeners, never so bold a claim has been made. Okay?
Listen, I know that we're never going to do it. And I already actually did recap or podcast upon the first season of The L Word with Reese Bernard.
No.
You can listen to that. It's called To Ellen Back, and I'm hosting with her in the first season. But But I will tell you what, it would be a hoot and a fucking half to talk about even one episode of the L Word together, Jenny. Anyway.
It would, but guess what?
You won't.
We're not going to do it. As much as I love Jenny Schechter and would love to talk about her at length, the rest of the show prevents me from being able to do so. However,
formative.
Kristin,
It was formative, Jenny.
I'm just going to wave this flag in every episode, I think.
Yep.
I think that you actually have to watch Xena Warrior Princess, and I think that, I know we've been talking behind the scenes.
God.
How can we...
Do you know that it was the 30th anniversary like 6 days ago?
Of course I do. Of fucking course I do.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Every time you say the word Xena, 6 more emails come in about Xena Warrior Princess.
Okay,
so.
I know that we were recently talking about how can we possibly make all the episodes of various things that we are already committed to doing. And that's a good question, but what a better question is how soon can I make you start watching and talking about Xena Warrior Princess? It doesn't have to be anything bananas.
Right.
We used to make
that sounds like us. We're very chill, actually. We are often doing projects that we don't go balls to the wall on, you know?
We used to make 45-minute podcast episodes about Buffy.
What does balls to the wall mean?
Better not to think on it too hard. But if there's one woman who holds the answer, I can guarantee you she's about 6 feet tall, wearing a sort of like leathery skirt armor question mark. Gotta be the least coverage a set of quote armor end quote has ever offered its wearer. But listen, Kristin, the more
Jenny, balls to the wall comes from pushing. God. Sorry, like as though I could ever just sit here not knowing where it came from. Refers to the pushing of the throttle levers all the way forward for maximum power. The throttle levers used to have a ball, like a ball-like tip. So like balls to the wall. It's not the balls you thought of. I always thought of actual balls. I know that there are like bouncing balls and also penis balls, but I always thought it was penis balls that were going to the wall. And then
that's always the first ball I think of. Riley's poster.
Yeah. Well, when I said it, I was like, if you have your balls on the wall, you're just kind of like giving yourself a nice stretch, probably, you know, like legs up. And that doesn't seem... Anyway, so now you know, it's a throttle. What were you saying before I was researching balls to the wall?
Yeah, exactly. What I was saying is that, Kristin, we used to make 45-minute long podcast episodes about Buffy.
That was before. I've never seen it. It never happens.
I know. We don't have to start making 45-minute episodes about Buffy again, but we could make 45-minute episodes about Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah, that sounds really believable, since we're not even doing a podcast about Xena and you still podcast about Xena for 45 minutes right now.
Okay, listeners at home, keep up your email campaign. Don't let Kristin rest. Here's the thing. Kristin, remember when I was like, you'd never seen an episode of Buffy, and I was like, watch it. You'll love it. It'll be so good for you. You'll have so much fun.
Yeah. And then we got married, and then we podcasted, and then we got divorced, but we kept podcasting. And
feels like somehow you're blaming Buffy for the divorce, but it's not really what happened. Listen,
or thanking Buffy. You know what I mean?
Hear me out.
Oh my fucking God. Someone actually come and free me from this prison. Yes.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
Fallout's coming in December. We hit that season 2 so hard.
Yep. You're just telling everyone that we're going to podcast about Fallout.
Did we not say that already?
No.
Oh no, should we edit that out?
No, absolutely not. This is chaos. Ethan Rain showed up in Sunnydale and chaos fucking reigns here in this
I'm
Watcher's
wearing
Diary.
the headphones of, I got a podcaster's costume from Ethan's costume shop. And these headphones and this microphone came from there. And now here I am sowing the seeds of chaos into the fertile soil of Buffering the Vampire Slayer.
Oh my fucking
Here's the
God.
thing. Fallout.
Yes.
Okay,
December.
It's so serious. And then you know what else is serious? The X-Files. But you know what we could slot in between 2 serious things?
Riley's balls.
Besides that.
Oh, Xena Warrior Princess.
Season 1 of Xena Warrior Princess.
Christina wrote in and said, if only so you can say the power, the passion, the danger, their coverage will change the world. Coverage instead of courage. Get it? That's from Christina.
Wow, I simply love that.
Yep. As a kid, Christina had a giant Xena poster on their wall and thought Ares, god of war, was the most beautiful man on television.
Kristin, well, I already showed you a couple pictures of him. What'd you think?
As an adult, I've started buying vintage copies of the official Xena magazines, and I think Ares, god of war, is the most beautiful man not on television. Thank you, Christina. Sorry, I just wanted to get that full thing in here because it was fun.
Bless.
I think that he is more dramatic than Angel. That's who you sent me a picture of?
Yes, that's the guy.
Yeah, didn't think it could be done. Wow. Jenny, I have emails, but I also have like so many things that like the Watcher's Diaries are really becoming something that sit with me all the time. Like the other day when I was in my backyard and I was looking up what the white stuff was on the pine trees in my backyard, and actually... It's called, like, it's not moldy adelgig, but it sounds like that. It's not moldy. It's like something that means like a fluffy pillow, and it's not good, and my pine trees might be dying. Also, for our anniversary, not yours and mine, but mine and my current wife's, I bought Avanti and I and our home a redbud tree. And yesterday I was outside and all the leaves are not looking good. So I'm over here like, thank God there's a botany channel in the Discord now. Because all my tree, and you know, there's just a lot happening in here in the Watcher's Diary. A lot. And none of which has been a single. Actually, that's true. I just read one email. We've gotten one email in.
Speaking of your wife and the outdoors, I just want to I want to let everyone know that yesterday afternoon, my mailbox has been pitching forward on its post for some weeks, and I've been like, another thing that I have to figure out how to do.
Your mailbox is in like balls to the wall position.
Exactly. It's trying to get there real hard.
Yeah.
And so yesterday afternoon, I went up to it to like push it and wiggle it and be like, okay, how easy will it be for me to just like pull this post out? Because they clearly didn't put cement in when they put it in. So can I just lift it out? And what happened was my mailbox post just snapped off at ground level because it was completely rotted through below ground. And then I spent a lot of time texting Avanti on Kristin's phone. Asking for all of the steps
I feel like
to fix this problem.
I feel like we made a really good voice memo for you, Jenny. And I'm wondering if
should we put it in the pod?
Yeah. All right.
Beautiful.
Hit it, bitches.
Wow.
Okay. First of all, you have to get that rotten, shitty piece of wood out of there and clean up the hole so that you can put,
That's what she said.
You clean up the hole and you make sure it's big enough to be able to like pour cement into it. And you got to get a longer piece of wood than you need for the post. You need to get a 4x4 post. You could also just get the pre-made mailbox post thing. You put that in the ground and you make sure it's like plumb and level, and then you put the Quickcrete in there after you've mixed it with water, and you let it set, and you can put some pieces of wood on the ground to like make sure it stays where it's supposed to be, and then you can put gravel or whatever you want on the top, but it should be mostly concrete. The end.
She's gonna love that you said plum. Oh, great.
Thanks, Avanti. Can't wait to try this weekend.
Just in case you think we're podcasting for like anyone but ourselves, you can probably tell that we're just like this all the time at this point.
And also we're having fun.
Jenny, you want to hear an email called Worse Than Sitting on the Bathroom Floor?
Yeah, I want that a lot.
Great. Terry wrote in and said, you wanted to know if anyone ever sat on the bathroom floor. In film, they've done worse. There's a bathroom floor scene with some serious ew in the film Mixed Nuts from 1994.
Oh,
have you seen Mixed Nuts?
Yeah, because I think Parker Posey is in it, so it's part of the Parker.
Yeah, she is
Discord.
Well,
filmography
maybe
watch.
you remember that Steve Martin and Rita Wilson are having sex on the bathroom floor.
Rita Wilson, wife of my nemesis. Go on.
Only 3 people, including them, use the bathroom, so it's relatively clean. But as the camera cuts away, they lay down with their heads between the toilet and the tub. Yeah.
No.
Terry says, if you ever have a chance to see the movie, it's hilarious, but it does have some transphobic parts. Despite this, as a trans woman, my wife and I watch it every Christmas Eve.
Oh.
When you like something, you like it. So, have you ever had sex on the bathroom floor? Not you. I'm not asking you. I
was like, have I? Definitely not a Oh, wait. Well,
like your own bathroom. That's
okay.
Different.
Well,
my current wife and child are coming in to bring me a piece of. Oh, they left. They were already here. What are you, a fucking ninja? Did you even know she was in the room with me?
Nope.
Avanti, have you had sex on a bathroom floor? I plead the fifth. Wow, it sounds like she has.
Avanti, yes. Clarifying question: does on the bathroom floor include standing up on the bathroom floor?
No, standing up on
lying
the bathroom floor.
Lying down only? Okay.
You have to be lying down on the bathroom floor.
Cool. I was asking for Avanti.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She doesn't think so. She's being vague. She didn't ask to be on this podcast.
Sorry, Avanti.
Sal, this is not for Sal.
Sal has to go. She doesn't want to hear about this shit. Thanks, guys. I'm chewing a piece of gum. Which I'm hoping,
chewing gum and podcasting at the same time. Incredible.
Listen, I may stop chewing this piece of gum, but I want you to know, when Jenny and I, before we hit record, I was not in a good mood.
Was it because I was late?
No. Oh. You're always late.
What the heavens?
No, it was because when I sat down here, I thought to myself, it's 11:30, and I just realized I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. And then all I could think about was how I haven't brushed my teeth, and I got really upset. And so I texted Avanti, and I was like, could you, on your way back, just drop me off a piece of gum? So now here I am.
I think gum chewing is one of the things that people look for in podcasts.
ASMR.
Ew, Kristin, no.
All right, I'm going to take it out of my mouth now. I just needed
Sorry that I ewed you.
I needed to freshen up,
I'm glad that you took those steps for yourself.
Honestly, maybe we should just do Watcher's Diaries.
This is fun. I've been acting like this more in our tapings lately because it's fun, but maybe I should tone that down in the main feed.
I don't know. You let us know if you like. Oh, I also have so much about Bluey, the theme song, because you did that. But yes, great. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I wanted to issue a correction. I've recently started listening to our podcast. After a considerable break. But I was listening to our Halloween episode and thinking, wow. I guess it's like, I was like, wow, I'm having fun listening to this because I was having fun recording it, which I guess is like, if you're not having fun, why do it? So maybe it's all, maybe this all sounds very,
has fun.
Yeah. Maybe this sounds very basic to everyone, but it really like reignited my like passion, power, and danger. The podcast. I was like, wow, we really should keep doing this, at least so I can listen to it because I'm having a blast. But one thing that came up for me while I was listening to it was when we got to the song chat, there was something that I wanted to say at the time and just like I just forgot it while
Halloween,
we were talking.
The song.
This is about the song Halloween. I wanted to add that the Johnny Cash reference, especially as far as his live at San Quentin and live at Folsom Prison Records are concerned, the Halloween callbacks, I was trying to sort of arrange those to feel like the Carter family singing with Johnny Cash.
Right.
Is it necessary? Was this a necessary addendum? Probably not. Probably not worth circling back to, but I wish that I had said it at the time.
Woolly Addlegig. That's what it's called. Sorry.
Wow, now I know what it's like to podcast with me, because I'm pretty sure you haven't heard a word I've said this entire time.
No, I have. And because you were saying, like, it's probably not worth mentioning. And I was like, probably the Woolly Addlegig wasn't worth mentioning either. And that was what made me remember it's called Woolly.
You knew.
Woolly Addle something.
You knew what you knew.
Yeah, not moldy, but woolly. Flip that M upside down. Okay. Bluey. You want to hear about Bluey?
Always.
So you did like a full breakdown of sort of where the Bluey characters announce their names at the end of the Bluey theme song. And folks had some thoughts which I don't think came up when we were talking. So Megan writes in that in the credits, they're playing musical statues. Does that mean, I guess you like free... Is that it's not musical chairs? I'm like, are you from the UK? Is that what you call musical chairs? No, they are playing musical statues.
You're asking me.
Yeah.
They're doing dances, and then I think they stop
Because
freeze. Is that it?
So they're playing a game where if you don't freeze, like probably the last person to freeze or something, or if you, whatever. I don't know how the game musical statues work, but this is why. So Megan says they're playing musical statues. So the slight pause within the song is at random points. And each person, each member of the family has their name shouted out when they exit the game. Bluey wins the game.
Aha.
So that's the reason why it's not like a consistent pattern. And then I also got an email from Genevieve, which is similar. So it's a variation. Oh, Genevieve answered my question. A variation on musical chairs. Whenever the music stops, everyone has to stop dancing. If they don't, they get kicked out. Mom gets out first, then dad, then bingo. So the music is offbeat to make the game more challenging. My evidence is that Bluey is a playful show, and this would be in keeping with that kind of whimsical sensibility.
Yeah, well, it's tricky unless you've watched a TikTok explainer video. Then you could absolutely ice out the competition if you were playing musical statues with the Bluey family.
So yeah, that's some answers.
I love
for
that.
you.
I did not realize that that's what's going on, but now at the second you said musical statues, I was like, oh, that's why. That's why all that. Everyone has like a very specific dance, and yeah, okay,
yeah,
great,
yeah. Jenny, I also have some very fun information about Reptile Boy, which you and I both missed twice, I guess, because I don't think we talked about this in our
shame
first coverage. But Holly and a couple other folks wrote in to say, I think a lot of the listenership are chronically online millennials who will remember the viral sensation Kelly as portrayed by Liam Kyle Sullivan. Liam is, okay, so I'm going to talk to you about Kelly, if that doesn't ring any bells for you. Liam, this actor, YouTube sensation, what have you, is the Pledge wearing like a bow tie and like a halter top or a dress. It says Pledge.
Shoes.
Around
shoes.
Shoes.
Oh my God, shoes. Okay.
Yeah. So you remember. So this is the person who is in. That's very fun. We'll link to shoes in the show notes today, so that if you don't know what we were all doing in the early aughts, probably I would imagine this is really the kind of content that we signed up for.
What was this in reference to?
Jennifer Owen Henry Youngs. I don't know. It was in reference to Reptile Boy because Liam is the name of the person who does shoes, Kelly. Like Liam plays Kelly, and Liam also plays the Pledge in Reptile Boy.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me? Like I just finished the sentence, and by the end of it, you had forgotten.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry. I got so lost in Liam Kyle Sullivan's name and then Kelly and then shoes and then like looking at pictures of Liam Kyle Sullivan as Kelly that I couldn't find my way back through the Candy Cane Forest to where this began.
Okay, Jenny, I usually give you a choice of emails and I didn't this week. I'm sorry. So let me give you a few choices. Okay. Chase Fortune Tax Audit, Doogie Howser's in Sunnydale, or drinking your own pee.
Wow, real Sophie's choice. Let's go Doogie Howser.
Okay. So this is about Halloween. How many Doogie Howsers are wandering Sunnydale after Halloween? Ray writes in and says, listening to the latest episode and you just blew my fucking mind. That is what we are here to do, Ray. I stopped at 51 minutes to type out this email. I was going to say Kristin blew my mind, but we all know who reads these emails. Anyway.
What?
Because I'm the one who was wondering about all the other. So this is about the kids that were in costumes that weren't demons or monsters.
I recently listened to this episode. I'm right there with you.
It's your favorite episode of Buffering the Vampire Slayer. Xander retains all of his military knowledge to make him more useful. Sorry, not sorry. But that makes it canon that everyone should retain the knowledge they gained. So how many kids went home that night with 8+ years of medical experience they didn't have when they woke up that morning, or lawyered their parents in their next argument? How many kids had to seek therapy for remembering their night spent as a demon? And why doesn't Buffy at least once randomly bring up some Mrs. Manners type, the fork goes on the left, I was raised as a lady bullshit? So, yeah, I mean,
Low
it is
apparel.
It is odd that Xander is the only one who seems to retain anything from the time spent under the Ethan Rain mind control, right?
Yeah, I mean, yep.
Yeah.
And that's, I think the reason that he does and nobody else does is for plot convenience.
Right. Well, and which Ray said, like, to make Xander a little bit more useful. Sorry, not sorry. Like, it's Xander's the heart, but like also needs a little bit of skill, just a tiny bit of skill. I wanted to let you know, Jenny, that our listener Althea went to Sierra Madre, California. I mean, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where they live in Pasadena. You've heard of it. And was hanging out on the set as they filmed the pilot for the new Buffy. Like, I just didn't think that something like that would be possible, but I guess, like, how far can you cordon off an area, really, right? Like, you are like, we're filming here, but then you can go right up to that boundary, I guess. I don't understand how it works, but I just thought maybe it bared mentioning that, you know, there's a Buffy reboot happening and we know some behind the scenes stuff. And one of the behind the scenes stuff things, whatever, is a Sunnydale Vampire Weekend, which, like, I feel like, and you know, spoilers, because if it's leaked on the internet, we can talk about it here. And you can tell that part of the deal is there's like a sort of a, I don't know, like a themed Sunnydale. It reminds me of, like, you know how in Scream 2 they're watching Stab and it's like the events of Scream. It feels like it's like that kind of a vibe of, you know, Sunnydale. Remember Sunnydale? Where all these scary things happened? Let's have like a party about it. And I just feel like, Jenny, that's what we already have been doing with
having
Buffy
a party
Prom.
about it.
Yeah, we go to Torrance and we have a party about all things Sunnydale. So I just feel like maybe like we get some credit for the pilot of the new.
Oh yeah, of course.
Series.
We are almost single-handedly responsible. We're at least as responsible as Sarah Michelle Gellar herself for getting this reboot going.
Anyway, Althea sent some photos, sent some behind the scenes stuff, and I'm not reading any of it because I'm keeping it sacred.
Good job, Kristin.
The pictures that are leaked on the internet are, you know, they're there. So we know what we know. Yeah. And we don't know what we don't know, as I like to say. Hey everyone, Kristin here. As many of you know, I am the new parent to a 6-month-old baby, and between work schedules, summer plans, and having a baby, sometimes I have a couple of minutes at most when it comes to dinner time. Factor has helped me eat smarter with their delicious chef-prepped meals. They're dietitian approved, they are delivered to my doorstep, and now they have more than 65 weekly meals. It's not just me and my wife and my 6-month-old. 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. The variety means you get to choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Also, this isn't just for dinner. A lot of times, lunch is the meal that you just cannot figure out. Having options of healthy food to eat ready for me in the fridge has really changed the shape of many days. Eat smart at factormeals.com/buffering50off and use code buffering50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. That's code buffering50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
This podcast you're listening to, it was once just a dream. A dream that became reality not by accident, but because someone decided not to let the what-ifs keep them from creating something they believed in. Starting your own business is a dream lots of us share, but too many let it remain just a dream. Don't hold yourself back from creating what you believe in, and turn those what-ifs into why-nots with Shopify by your side. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if I can't design a website? Shopify's got you with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand's style. What if I need a hand? Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. So turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Jenny, usually we check in with you on any pop culture. Have you made any progress on deciding if you're going to apply to Survivor or not?
It seems like with every passing day, it feels like less of a thing that I'm actually going to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what happens if you apply to Survivor and you get picked and then you don't want to go? Do they make you go anyway?
No, they have a million people lined up right behind you. In fact, they have alternates go to Ponderosa, which is like the before and after hang spot. It's like the holding tank.
Is also a restaurant, right? Like I'm not. Okay.
Yeah. But it's like the Survivor holding tank for before they start filming, and then also as you get voted off, you go to Ponderosa.
I see.
It's my understanding that before they start filming, they bring the cast and then they have like a certain number of alternates. And actually, just right before season 49 started filming, it was widely covered in Survivor-centric news that 2 of the castaways got booted and replaced by their alternates right before filming because they broke the no building alliances pre-filming. You're not supposed to talk to each other, but they did it anyway. No. Cerie's coming back for 50.
Cerie.
This is season 49 is like all new.
You're lucky I knew even one name of anyone. I pay attention, you know.
I was just listening to me explain to you why Cerie is amazing.
And it worked because I think about Cerie here and there. You know, I don't even know what she looks like. I just only conjured her from your description.
Her and Parvati are definitely... Actually, they just both competed on Survivor Australia that wrapped up maybe a week ago.
Wow.
They're still going Survivor strong.
Oh, In Pop Culture Corner, I would like to say that it appears that my wife and I are I'm doing a rewatch. This is always the way. I'm doing the rewatch to show Avanti a show that she hasn't seen before. Can you believe it? It's like a role reversal because usually I'm the one that hasn't seen the show.
Yep.
Anyway, we're watching Weeds, Jenny, a show you may...
Hey, have you gotten to the season 2 premiere yet?
No, we've only watched the first 2 episodes of the first season. Jenny, probably that was like your biggest sync to date, like in the timeline, right?
It was my first sync.
Oh, your first sync? Jesus Christ, what a fucking way to kick it off.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary Calamar. Thanks, Lynn Grossman. Thanks, Nicole Martin and Emily Lichter. Excuse me, Emily Lichter. I feel like that all became one weird word.
Jenny's fuck was I. Did it open it opened the second season premiere, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It was unreal. Anyway, I clearly I know that Weeds happened a while ago, right?
But it's a real time capsule, I would imagine, at this point, right?
My God. It's truly unbelievable what a time capsule it is. Even down to like the sunglasses. Like I just didn't expect it to feel so dated, and it is like 20 years old. So, yeah. Anyway.
Pretty crazy stuff.
I'll let you know what I think as I get further in. Nancy Botwin, definitely Nancy Botwinning the fuck out already in the first 2 episodes. It was one of my favorite shows. And I really just like had a sideline love affair with Mary Louise Parker during the watching of the show. That's actually what made me realize how old it was, is that I was like, oh, I was dating Jen when that show was on. So that was like before, how many decades can you stack to get back to that ex of mine? Many. 2, actually. Anyway, Jenny, we have a few more things. I don't know if you're needing to talk about anything. I don't want to talk over you or not.
No. I'm mostly just chilling. I'm mostly just chilling in Survivor and Xena land.
Right. Yes, Xena. I know everybody wants us to watch it. So let me tell you about the Chase Fortune tax audit. This is from Jenna.
Oh, wait, is this about the reptile boy?
Yeah.
Okay. I did want to also amend or add, and I wonder if this is where this is headed. So I had been like, oh, well, I feel like Cordelia, if the idea was, someone wrote in to say like, oh, what if Cordelia's dad was ultimately lost his fortune because of this whole Makita thing? And what I wanted to say, what I didn't say when we taped, all I said when we taped was, oh, I think if he was in the fraternity, we would have heard about it and she would have been making a big deal. Oh, this is the fraternity my dad went to or was a member of, and blah, blah, blah. But it's very possible that Mr. Chase was just having his finances managed, possibly, or his, like he worked with a business manager or someone who was Makita affiliated.
Oh,
so he indirectly could have been impacted by the Makita death.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Okay, but also, what do we have? What do we have cooking?
Jenna says, I love the theory about Cordy's dad, and the way it works in my headcanon is that the Chase family lost their Makita-generated wealth, which made it impossible for Cordy's dad to pay the tax bill after that canonical tax audit. I believe that Cordy's dad was absent enough from her life, especially as self-involved as she was in early seasons, that even if he was wearing the ring, it wouldn't have made any impression on her. I wouldn't assume the writers were thinking of this, but I think it's retconnable.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Cordelia and her dad.
Don't you feel like she's like, Daddy?
Yes, she says daddy a lot.
Wait, sorry. I feel like the way I just said daddy was not the right way.
It's hard. It's a fine line.
Word that is now surrounded by landmines.
Yeah, also, we were just saying it last week from the perspective of Ethan Rayne to Giles.
Right,
so,
that's why it's feeling weird.
I think that I don't think that Cordelia's dad is in her life in a way that is like good and healthy and, making her feel supported and lifted up the way that she should. But I do think that Cordelia's dad is in her life honestly, similarly to, you know how Buffy like goes to LA and comes back and we find out that her dad has like taken her shopping because he doesn't know how to connect with her.
Yep.
Like I think that's some of the, to bring it back to the Cordelia as the shadow self of Buffy, like there's some overlap there of how their dads relate.
Oh man, fathers of daughters.
Fathers of daughters. Oh my God. Have you ever? I miss Brittany, Ashley, and Laura Zach. God damn it.
Me too.
I really, really miss them.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I should mention, for those interested, since we're thinking about Brittany and Laura, Brittany wrote and directed a short called Take Care that Jess, my wife, scored, and I helped engineer the score and did a little mixing on it. The score is like really cool and creepy, and the short itself is like it's really special. I think it's really amazing. And it's hitting a variety of festivals
cool.
and things right now. It's kind of like popping up all over the place. So, you know, I would suggest that you look up Take Care, the film, and go see it if it's playing near you. Thank you.
Oh, I also want to let people know in the context of Watcher's Diaries that oftentimes, this is not always the case, but oftentimes we do record the Watcher's Diary like the day or 2 days after the podcast episode airs. So there's not a lot of, so, you know, if you don't hear your email read, it might just be because we've recorded the episode, The Watcher's Diary for Halloween, and you haven't yet hit send on your Halloween dive. You're really burdening up with you just got to, you got to pause. You got to do what somebody did in this episode already. You got to pause, write the email, send the email, keep listening. You know what I mean? And you got to listen to the podcast the day it drops. We're not messing around here.
Yep.
Okay. Jenny, let me tell you what Dawn was doing, and then I can at least tell you about drinking your own pee. Dawn was not drinking
and then
her
I
own
have
pee.
a pet sound.
Oh, beautiful.
So how about that?
Yeah. Don't remember, if you sing songs to your beloved pets, email them to hello@bufferingcast.com. Lyrics, melody, if there is, you know, some people set their melodies to songs that already exist, and Jenny might record it for you.
Yes.
How fun is that? All right, Jenny, let's hear what Dawn was doing during the episode Halloween.
I'm ready.
Was she at the mall? Was she at ballet? Was she drawn on a trapper keeper all day? Was she nursing a crush on a boy from PE? Was she writing it all down in her diary? What was Dawn doing? What was Dawn doing? What was Dawn doing? What was Dawn doing?
Kristen, with an I, writes in to say, while Buffy's at Pop's pumpkin patch, Dawn ransacks her closet. Literally, is Dawn ever not in Buffy's room? Honest to God. For the finishing touches to her Halloween costume. To Buffy's horror, she's going as a vampire slayer. Incredible. She grabs the smallest leather jacket she can find, a cross necklace from Buffy's collection, and a fake crossbow from Sunnydale's trendy new Halloween shop. Oh my God. Can you tell I don't read these until I'm reading them? Armed with her Slayer Field Research Journal, the Dawn Meister Chronicles, her costume is complete. Another tech issue keeps Joyce working late, so Dawn trick-or-treats under the watch of a Sunnydale high school student. She's grouped with a Chewbacca, classmate Cynthia, a witch, Kirsty and friends, and Cordelia, who's mapped out the most lucrative route based on house size. Nice. Halfway through Cordelia's unsolicited lesson on fake laughing, chaos erupts. Costumes come alive, kids morph into demons and vampires, and Chewbacca grows larger by the second.
Whoa.
Then it hits Dawn. Power. A fierce calling to fight evil and quip while doing it.
Oh my God.
When Chewbacca, I keep wanting to say Chewie, but it is written out every time. When Chewbacca chases Cordelia, Dawn bolts with crossbow in hand, but spotting Xander and Buffy, she veers off, trusting they'll handle it, and instead follows the sound of a scream. An old woman's door hangs open. Inside, a child-sized demon torments her. Dropping the chronicles on the porch, Dawn rushes in, barely noticing the unconscious ghost nearby. To her shock, she hurls the demon across the room with ease, then finishes it with a punch and a throw that knocks it out cold. Outside, more cries for help pull her back into the fray. All night, she fights through Sunnydale's chaos, ensuring, against all odds, the lowest body count of any Halloween episode. When the spell breaks, Dawn hurries back for her journal, only to find it gone. Panic rising, she runs home, pacing as she debates telling Buffy. In the end, she stays silent, promising to check again in daylight. What worries her most isn't just the missing journal, but that it holds far more than just her secrets. I have chills.
Wow. Me too.
That was my favorite What Was Dawn Doing in the history of what Dawn was doing. She's just like, it made me have all the feelings, because remember when Dawn thinks she's going to be a Slayer and then she's not, and then Xander has like a good moment because he's, Anyway, also in the What Was Dawn Doing corner, someone else in the Discord wrote in from the UK to say, fun fact about the What Was Dawn Doing jingle. In the UK, we don't have any such thing as a, quote, trapper keeper. So I did not understand that line, but my brain did the thing that brains do to try and make sense of it. And I sort of had this vague memory in my head of a pony and trap being like an old-timey horse and cart. So I heard drawn on a trapper keeper and was like, oh, obviously she's being pulled around on a horse-drawn carriage. Oh,
sorry about that.
Trapper keepers, United States phenomenon. Wow. Thank you, Kristin, with an I. I cannot think of a single thing that Dawn could have dressed up as that would have been a better What Was Dawn Doing than.
So amazing.
Yeah, really incredible. All right, Jenny. Well, you want to hear about drinking your own pee? This is actually from the X-Files, but I'm bringing it in because I feel like it's important. I have lived my life drinking my own pee. No.
God.
I have lived my life thinking that urine is sterile. Like, that it is just fine. This doesn't have anything.
Fine. It's delicious.
Just
have
drink
a little
it anytime.
sip now and then.
Yeah, if you're thirsty.
Refreshing afternoon bevy.
You've heard of an Arnold Palmer. Have you heard of
Arnold PP?
I know. It was the only place that I could go was Arnold PP. And I was like, don't. Retract. Okay, so this is Terry. I don't know if I have a jingle for this, but Terry's gotten 2 emails inside of one Watcher's Diary, which is a pretty big deal. But Terry wrote in, Terry of Mixed Nuts fame, wrote in to say, you discussed drinking your own pee in your coverage of the X-Files 2.19. You're actually always better off drinking nothing than drinking your pee. Urine has too many waste products, toxins in it to help you. If you're dehydrated, the percentage of toxins goes up and up.
Oh my gosh.
Urine is not sterile. This is a common myth. Have you ever heard of UTIs? Sarcasm only in the humorous sense. And then there's I'm going to link to this fucking article from the Cleveland Clinic.
I got by big urine, Kristin.
There's an article from the Cleveland Clinic called Is Pee Sterile? Here's what the science says.
We're so lucky as a species that the Cleveland Clinic article was entitled Stop Drinking Your Own Pee to Survive, You Fucking Idiots.
I mean, we might be saving a life here,
Yeah, don't drink your pee is something I just learned. Go back, Kristin, we have to go back to all the times I've said urine is sterile on the podcast.
I'm over here like changing my kid's diaper. Like, whatever, urine sterile. Don't have to worry about that. Like, I've lived my whole life not worrying about pee. Unless it's, I will say that if it's on the toilet seat at like a public place, even at a private place, I don't like it. I don't want it there. But
oh man, fast forward to the eulogy at Kristin's funeral many, many, many years from now. She lived her life not worrying about pee.
Everything everything else worried about. That I just my sister sent me like an Instagram reel I watched last night where it's like you're like, you know, living life with somebody with anxiety, and there's a driver in a car, and then her sister's in the back seat or whatever, and she's like, should we take the bridge or the tunnel? And the sister in the back seat is like, we should definitely take the bridge, because if we die in a tunnel, then like blah 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 blah. And the sister who's driving is like, okay, could you just not think about dying for 1 second, and just like, if you weren't going to die, would you take the bridge or the tunnel? And the sister in the back seat is like, well, the tunnel, because if you die.
Oh my God.
And I just like, you know,
honestly,
yeah, like that's kind of my inner monologue at all times. So if I don't have to worry about pee, it would have been great. Thanks a lot, Terry. Now I have to worry about pee too.
Thanks, Terry.
On that note, Jenny, I think we've watched and perhaps we've diaried.
I have a pet sound for you.
Yeah, you do. Hit it.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, hit it, bitch.
Well, I would appreciate it if you spoke to me a little bit more respectfully, but
hit it, madam.
Okay, I like that. I like hit it, madam. This request comes from Megan, who writes, in the most recent Watcher's Diary episode, you mentioned pet songs. I sing a kitty version of a Beatles song to one of my cats, Michelle Obama, or Meow Shell Obama, if you prefer.
I already know what the Beatles song is, so.
Okay.
Did you like me bragging that I knew what the Beatles song was when everyone on the face of planet Earth already knows what the Beatles song is as well?
Congrats, Kristin.
I know it. Do you want to know why I know the Beatles song, though? Because I don't know all the Beatles songs.
Okay. Why do you know this one?
Because when I was in 8th grade, we sang a song from Rubber Soul, which I'm having trouble recalling right now, as our like graduation song. And my dad was so moved by the fact that we sang a song from one of his favorite Beatles albums, Rubber Soul, that he made sure that I got the album, on CD.
Oh, cool.
And Michelle is one of the songs on Rubber Soul, if I am not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is.
Great.
It definitely is.
Oh, there are places I remember all my life. So that's the song that we sang at our graduation. Though some have changed. Are you going to do your pet song? You're just looking up words.
No.
Don't worry,
sorry.
I can keep going. Forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have.
That is not helping, actually.
I sing sometimes to my daughter, and I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. And the other day, Avanti came in and said, was that you singing? It sounded like a song was playing. You have a really nice voice. And I thought, wow, maybe I'll become a singer. Jenny's like so not listening to me that her face is blank. She has no idea what I've just said. None.
I heard you.
Oh, wow.
I heard you, but I'm busy.
You just don't want to encourage me. You're worried
that's also true.
about the threat to your music career should I ever choose to become a singer.
Singer? Mm-hmm. I think singer is really good.
Well, I got that from Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so Kristin?
Jenny?
I have terrible news. Which is that at this exact moment in time, I cannot find a version of the chords to this song that are manageable for me and my current bandwidth. However, I'm going to just sing.
Oh, I love that.
That be okay?
Yeah.
I'll just sing to you and the listeners.
Acapella.
Oh my God, it's such a long and winding road for such a possibly underwhelming payoff.
A little known fact actually about the song Michelle by the Beatles is that the Beatles were playing musical statues while the song was being recorded, which is why it's so difficult to play. And Ringo won.
Wow. Did you pick Ringo because he rhymes with bingo? Who isn't even the one who wins?
I know. But I think that is what happened in my addled brain.
I'm really sorry about this. I feel terrible, but if you want to blame someone, please blame the Beatles and not me. Here is the Michelle Obama version.
Great.
Michelle, my belle, you're a kitty, so you're gonna say meow. Meow, 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 meow. I wonder if I nailed the phrasing the way they do it at home.
Yeah.
I love you, I love you, I love you. You're a kitty, meow. And that's it, because she has usually walked away by that point. Cats famously not great appreciators of the arts.
Wow. Yeah, they really aren't. Remember, Jenny and I used to have a cat named Trey, and I had a whole series on Instagram called Trey Songs.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like songs about Trey sitting in bed, songs about Trey. And you know who didn't fucking care? Trey. He didn't care. No. On that note, Jenny, I think this has been a phenomenal Watcher's Diary.
I would say it was really good up until I couldn't get it together. I couldn't pull it out for the Beatles.
No, it's important. People need to know that,
People need to see me fail.
Yes.
Nothing makes Kristin happier than me failing.
Well, and especially right on the heels of me announcing my upcoming music career,
Oh my God.
All right. Well,
it's been
as
serious.
always, a pleasure. Send your emails to hello@bufferincast.com, and we might read them, or we might just talk about the things we want to talk about.
Yeah, and come see us live.
Oh, yeah.
In New York, Philly, and Burlington, Vermont this October. You can find all the details at bufferingcast.com/live.
Rumor has it we may have a guest in New York who is like 13 years old. I'm really hoping that happens. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah. And some other fun guests in the works for all of those shows. So
Indeed.
Come hang.
Please do. Bye.
Bye.
Till next time.
No.
Okay, bye.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today, like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men, and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now.